So what's the Grape Explorer talking about today? Well, the Grape Explorer tries to highlight areas of the world that a lot of people might not know and try to bring a little bit of stories to why, I'm interested in this area. And I hope I bring that same kind of like interest and energy that would hopefully open up a door for somebody that's never had wines. We're going to highlight wines today from South Africa. South Africa's got an interesting history that dates back to the 1600s. We brought out our map right here just to show you the regions of South Africa. And we have a wine here called Simonsig, which is a winery in the Stellenbosch region right here. And the Stellenbosch is like the Napa Valley of South Africa. A lot of people who live in South Africa know this as the most famous areas. The founding fathers of this wine region in the 1600s were Dutch, and they planted grapes here because the Dutch government granted them, if you want to say, land status to try to develop this area for agricultural purposes. And what they decided to highlight here was growing grapes. And of course, at that time, the Dutch were more interested in fortified wines. So a lot of the wines were like ports and heavier kind of wines. Brandies was very famous back in Holland at that time. Wine really wasn't really the subject of those days. But in the 20s, at the University of Stellenbosch, there was a professor that decided to come up with a clone grape. So he took Pinot Noir and he took the grape Cinsault, which is a French grape, and he made a special hybrid, and they call it Pinotage. Only exists really in South Africa. We wanted to highlight this as a grape on the label, as you can see. And Simonsig is an interesting winery for me because I represented these wines well over 25 years ago, and I was one of the first, if you want to say, distributors in South Florida to have South African wines. Why? Because I just thought it was a new emerging area of the world. I thought it was interesting to bring to the table, and I thought the wines were really, really good. And of course, Pinotage, I thought, wow, this has got some legs to it. So today's market, a lot of people don't know this grape, they don't know this wine. So I'm here to try to give you a little bit of a heads up to taste these wines. They're very inexpensive. These wines can retail for under $20 a bottle. But what it does is it gives you this beautiful expression of the Pinot Noir, and it gives you that spice tone that Cinsault actually gives you, which is a grape in Châteauneuf-du-Pape. And when you taste these wines, you get all those beautiful flavors. Absolutely delicious wine. Again, this is a Grape Explorer, talking about regions that you might not know, South Africa, and wine, and cheers to you.